All right, guys, welcome back, or welcome for the first time. Happy spring break. It's a little different, so be it. All right, so we finished Hark in last week's reading, and so this time we're actually going to read. We usually read this in May toward the end of the year, and then we have an assignment where you guys write your own Choose Your Own Adventure, and I have a way to do that and for us to play through them. So if we don't go back to school in person, we might get to do that via Google Classroom. But anyway, today we are reading Saluria, which is set up the same way as the Hark books, but different location, different characters, etc. Owen's here. Hi, Owen. Of course, Caroline and Carter been hanging out, chatting for a minute. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about this book. First of all, believe it or not, it is way harder than the Hark book. So if we're stuck in quarantine for a long time, that's how long it's going to take. Hey, Alex is here too. Hey, Alex. Amy and John Mark are also here. Who dat? You can tell me in a minute. Hello. Hey. Oh my goodness, Owen. It's not Christmas time. No Krampus jokes. All right. Well, everybody's filtering in. I'm going to try not to cough while I read today. Let me tell you a few things about the planet and situation that are different in this book than in the Hark books. Well, I mean, your sister can still read the book herself. That's fine. All right. So here's the deal. You are still on a foreign planet, but you are human. Hey, Owen. I saw that you broke your arm. I'm sorry. I saw that you watched the other recorded videos too. I mean, at least nobody's going anywhere and doing anything fun. So if you're going to break your arm, I guess now is a good time. Sure, Alex. Yep. Nope. Yeah, I don't speak German. Okay. I'm going to jump right in, but y'all can continue to chat because I know that you miss school more than you thought you would miss school. I miss it tons. All right, so this book, like I said, way harder than Hark. Hark had 250 sections. This book has 300. You are a human. You're on another planet. I'm going to give you the short version, some things you need to know. So this planet has a fiery moon, and it's always full. It never sets, never goes away, never out of view, okay? Oh, hey, Charlotte. That's okay. Whatever account you use is fine. Neely's back. All right. Now, this book is so hard. It's a level 3 victory path adventure, which just means like it's the hardest that there is. All right. No, sometimes the sun and moon are both out, Caroline. Great question. We're practicing our deductive reasoning skills. It's so hard that in the back is a list of hints. And so I'm going to read those to you before we start. And if you've explored my YouTube channel, I pre-recorded intros to this book already, and so there's a hint in there. Hey, Livy! Yeah, hey, Harrison! I don't think I missed anybody. All right, good. Hey, guys. It's great to see your names. I can't see your faces, but it's great to see your names and to know that you are all right. All right, so here are your hints. The fiery moon is always burning is hint number 1. I think I covered that. Hint number 2 says, don't go alone. You need friends to make it through the journey. Hint number 3 says, hey, Carson, you cannot trust the wildlife, but the tame animals are worth your time. Number 4, the mulings, that's the evil invaders of the planet, we'll get to them, cannot be trusted, like ever. The key, quote unquote, key to success might come from the strangest place. And then lastly, as a tested and proven survivor, you can trust your instincts. Never doubt yourself. All right, so let's get to the introduction. Sorry. All right, this is Rulers of Saluria is how it starts. You joined the Silurian army and quickly became a highly ranked officer in the Royal Guard. As a result, you lived comfortably on the grounds of the royal palace of Saluria. Saluria is the planet. Then the mulings came. Mulings are dwarf-like, bloodthirsty creatures. They employed thousands of spies. Hey, Gresham? Hey, Dylan? Zachary? Oh, 7th period and 1st period. Sorry, I'll get back to the thing. Y'all can talk amongst yourselves while you listen, because that's what you do in class anyway. The Mulings immediately sentenced all inhabitants of the royal grounds to 1,000 years in prison. As a result, you've spent 5 months in cell number 7200158, imprisoned far below the surface of Saluria. Oh, and Tyler's here. Hey, Tyler. I'll look up every now and then. You have just become convinced the prison would be the last place you ever called home, but you might be mistaken. You soon learn that the Muling invaders, angry at the waste of time Saluria has become, have decided to blow the planet to smithereens. They have constructed an enormous bomb powerful enough to obliterate the planet as well as the moon. Oh, good. We're having a which period is best competition. All right. What's that, 5th period? What's that? Not it? Just kidding. You're your own kind of special. Okay. All right. I lost my place. The Mulings moved the bomb around the planet, keeping its various locations secret in order to protect it and prevent anyone from foiling their plan of annihilation. But you don't want to die. Your only chance of survival is to break out of this prison, find the bomb, and defuse it. As the number of guards in the prison dwindles each day, you realize you're running out of time. The Mulings are evacuating slowly. Detonation approaches. You must act quickly and carefully. So that's your setup. Caroline. Stop it. All right. So here's your first item that's going to have choices. So you're in prison, and it says, oh, hi, Clairsville. You wake to another cold morning staring at the damp walls of your prison cell. The hope of escape is heavy on your mind. Your brooding cellmate Rondo snores loudly. You're glad that he's sleeping. He seems dumb and slow and might foil your attempt to escape. You crouch down by your cot and pull a metal rod on part of the frame. For days, you've been working this rod back and forth, trying to pry it free. Time for the morning cell check approaches. Focus, Caroline. Focus. You hear the main hall doors creak open, but instead of 3 guards like usual, you only see 1 heavily armed Muling marching down the hallway. If there was ever a time to break out, this is it. As you consider the idea, Rondo snorts and stirs. He notices you crouch by your cot and stands to his feet. He has a broad, thick frame. As he walks towards you, small stones crack under his weight. You jerk the metal rod away from the last screw and hold it behind your back. And you look at Rondo. Perhaps you should ask him for his help. His strength might come in handy in your escape, and if you want to try and leave without him, he could report you to the guards. If he turned you in for attempted escape, he'd get a spot on an evacuation ship. So you have 3 choices. First, you can ask Rondo for help and tell him about your escape plan. Second, you can go ahead on your own and let Rondo fend for himself. Or 3, you can do nothing right now, wait until after the morning check, and use the metal rod from your cot to tunnel out of the prison. So ask Rondo for help, try to escape on your own right now, or wait and tunnel out. Hit Rondo with a rod is not an option. All right, so we have 1 vote for go with Rondo. Remember your hints. I read the hints at the beginning. All right, we got tunnel, tunnel, tunnel. We got a lot of tunnels. Caroline, that's not an option. All right, Claire Isabel says ask him for help. Another asks for help. Another asks for help. All right, it looks like, ooh, tunnel, tunnel. All right, it looks like tunnel's going to win this round. So let's see what happens when we go in the tunnel. Or try to tunnel out of our cell. It's like the one before Christmas break, Zachary, but it's a different book. But it's set up the same way. All right, so you guys chose to try and tunnel out of the prison with your metal rod. The morning check passes without incident. The guard exits to the main corridor. You pull out the metal rod and start to chip away at the back wall of your cell. Rondo shuffles over to you and watches your work intensely. After an hour, you've made a significant dent in the cell wall. Rondo is even keeping watch for the guards. Oh, he's helping. Then the main door opens. You hear commotion down the hall. You move your cot in front of the hole you've made and take a look. A guard is bringing in a new prisoner. He's fighting back, kicking and biting at the guards. Everyone is distracted. The guard drags the man to the unoccupied cell across from yours. He stands with his back to you as he tries to force the new prisoner into his cell. All right, so you have two choices. You can either hit the guard over the head with the rod and try to take his keys, or wait till the guard leaves again and continue with your digging plan. So, do you want to hit him? Or do you want to wait and tunnel out later? Or drink coffee? Oh, drink coffee is not one of the options. Calm down, Alex. Yikes. All right, we've got 2 for hit him. Another for hit him. Another for hit him. Carson's the only level-headed person who wants to just wait. Of course, Carter wants to whack him. Maybe Rondo can help, but he's just sitting there like breathing loudly. He's not the brightest or the fastest. All right, I see a lot of hit the guard, so we're going to hit him. Only because it's pretend. Don't hit people in real life. Not that you could, because none of us could be anywhere near each other. All right, 226. You tiptoe to the edge of the cell. You reach through the bars and whack the guard over the head. He slumps to the ground. You stretch to reach for his keys, but someone beats you to it. The new prisoner snatches up the keys. Then he runs down the hall looking for a way out. You have no idea what happens to him. But when more Mulin guards come for the cell check, Rondo will tell them what you did. As a reward, he will be placed on an evacuation ship. You have no idea what happens to him either. Once the guards find out that you attacked one of their own, they shoot you. At least you know what happens to one prisoner. You died, guys. You died. All right, so we'll pop back to the beginning, where you can ask Rondo for help. You can go on your own, or you can try to tunnel out. Now, there was another option if you choose tunnel again. I'm just starting over because that's the rules. This is our first day of playing this one. And in case I didn't say it enough times before, this one's really difficult. All right. All right. Carson still wants to try and tunnel. Claire Isabel still wants to tunnel. Neely says to ask Rondo for help. Do you guys remember the hints? Remember the hints in the back of the book? Do you remember those that I read at the beginning? We are practicing our logic skills. Remember our hints? Alex says ask for help. Both still see tunnel. Tunnel. All right, we'll go back in the tunnel. Well, not in the tunnel. We'll keep trying to make a tunnel. You know what I mean. All right, to the tunnel again. Oh, sorry, Livy. You're outnumbered. All right, back to the tunnel. And this time, I'm assuming we want to wait till the guard leaves and then try to tunnel out of our prison cell, because last time we hit him over the head and no bueno. All right, so we're going to wait this time. Now, cross your fingers and say the alphabet backwards so that you won't die. Again. All right, you decide to stick with your plan. The guard finally shoves the man into the cell. He leaves and locks the main door behind him, and you resume your digging. The rest of the day, you hit, scrape, and dig whatever you can. Rondo watches silently. Your arms ache, your back cramps. In exhaustion, you finally throw your metal bar down and collapse. You lean back against the cell wall. It crumbles, and you fall. Your digging worked. You find yourself in a lower prison hallway. You can go left or right. Woohoo! It worked. You tunneled out of your cell. And now you have to pick a way, left or right. You have a 50-50 shot at living here. Or maybe you live both ways. I don't know. I don't remember. Let's see what happens over here. Hey, Brenty, what you need?
30 minutes is up.
All right. You can play video games. Talking to my son, not you people. All right, sorry. Okay. Left, right, right, left. All right. I see a lot more rights than left, so we're going to go right. Sorry about the coughing. All right, we're going right. You run to the right, leaving Rondo in the cell to fend for himself. I guess he can pop through the hole if he wants. This corridor is dark. You feel like you've run for miles when you finally see light ahead. You run toward it. It leads you to more twisting and turning hallways. You run through dark halls with patches of light surprising you around some corners. The halls twist and turn, but you keep running. Suddenly, you come to a bright light and must stumble back into the dark to get your bearings. Have you reached the surface? Oh, I love this part. Yes! You cower at the edge of a light-filled opening. In one direction, you can see a body of water. A boatman is loading passengers. The breeze carries voices to you. You hear him say something about an island. The only thing standing between you and the boat is the prison fence. At the moment, no guards are within sight. In another direction lies some green vegetation. Is that a lake beyond the weeds? You hear voices. It's time to act. So you can run toward the boat and try. I can see the light. I can try to get on the boat or make your way toward the weeds. Those are your two choices, boat or weeds. Caroline, stop talking about poop. Okay. All right, boat or weeds. Think about it for a second and then tell me what to do. I will help you out and say neither of these are sudden death options. How about that? And in this book, there's more than one way to get to the end alive. So, all right, we got weeds. Ooh, looks like the weeds outnumber the boats. That's a weird sentence. Yeah, even Livy Duffy says weeds. So, weeds it is. Let's go. That came out. I didn't mean for that to come out. Sorry. Where are we again? We're going toward the weeds, the vegetation, the greenery. Let's head that way. Climbing the fence might have left you exposed for too long. You race in the other direction and eventually fall into the patch of weeds. You crouch in the weeds and listen to see if anyone noticed you. Silence. You turn and crawl through the shrubbery. Eventually, you find yourself on the shore of a lagoon. A lagoon. It's like a little pond, but it's clear water, and there's rocks all around, and some source feeds it, so it's not exactly like a pond. Holy moly, Caroline. Before you lies a small lagoon. Small waves gently bob against the rocks. Some pink and orange fish swim just below the surface. You rest by the shore for a few minutes, using the tall shrubs for shade. After resting, you stand and survey the surroundings more carefully. At the opposite edge of the lagoon, the land disappears. You cross the shallow water and find yourself standing on the brink of a canyon. The canyon narrows to your left and widens to your right. Someone has draped a knotted rope over the edge. You could jump the narrow part of the canyon, which appears to take you to some more wetlands, or you could climb down the rope ladder and head toward the odd, steady noise rising from below the cliff. Oh, I forgot to tell you, there is a maze in this book as well. Just saying. It doesn't mean you're going there, but... All right, so... Jump the narrow part of the canyon or climb down the rope ladder. Those are our choices. So jump or climb down. All right, so going toward the wetlands, that's jump. All right, so we got jump, rope. Ha ha ha. Get it? It's funny. Jump, rope. Get it? All right, jump, rope, jump. Ooh, looks like the jumps might have it. Claire! Hey, Claire! I think Claire's going to be outnumbered. Carson, your vote only counts once. Didn't you learn anything from Andrew? We got 2 ropes and really only 3 jumps. Oh, Dylan also says jump. Looks like we're going to jump. Jump the ravine. Also, there might be mer people in this book. Just saying. It's possible you could ride one. All right, let's see. Let's see what happens. The narrow part of the canyon is only a few feet wide. You easily hop over the gap and continue walking. The ground turns soupy. Small ponds dot the field in front of you as it rolls down a long, sloping wave. The ground between the ponds feels like mush. You wonder if it might be better to hop from pond to pond instead of walking through the mire. So your choices here, keep walking on the mushy, muddy land, or hop in a pond and then hop from pond to pond. I've never met a mer person, Caroline, so I don't know. The rope could be someone. Yeah. All right, well, we left the rope behind. Rope's gone. So we can keep walking through the mushy land, or we can hop from pond to pond. Side note, this part of the book inspired by The Magician's Nephew by C.S. Lewis. All right, pond, 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 pond. Walk. The Little Mermaid was a brat. She's the worst. Well, in the Disney version. I see lots of ponds. We're going pond to pond. And we have about 10, 15 minutes left of gameplay today, just so you know. Pond to pond. Here we go. You step into a pond and find that it is quite shallow. The bottom is hard as rock. Not all the ponds were from Carson. All right? Some of them were, but not all of them. He did not. Hold on. I'm going to check. No, Harrison said pond. Carson said pond. Carter, you said pond. Okay, there were more people. There were other people who said pond. One, walk, walk. Fine. We'll go back and walk. All right, but you know Carson's not going to let you live it down if walk means death. All right, we're going to keep walking in the mush. I don't know why you guys got so attached to that option all of a sudden. Okay. Because the waters of Saluria are mysterious, you fear being dragged down or eaten by some vicious creature if you hop in a pond. You choose instead to walk on the land, despite the fact that you sink a little bit each time you take a step. By the time you reach the middle of the hill, it takes intense effort to pull yourself along. A few steps from the bottom, your legs plunge into the ground up to your knees. You try to lift a leg out of the thick mud, but you can't. You are sinking into the marsh. That was a lot of mms. Sorry. And sorry for that. Okay. You twist, turn, and writhe as your waist disappears below the wetland. Your neck strains and jerks, trying to find the power to hoist your body back up. As your head tilts and twirls, something dark catches your attention from the corner of your eye. Where was I? You swing your upper body around and face a tall, thin giant. He appears to be made of vines. His long, mossy hair falls to his feet. For some reason, he does not sink. He holds a club in one hand. Not knowing what else to do, you grab the club and pull. The giant does not move. He stands perfectly still. You wrap both hands around the club and drag yourself back to the surface. Oh, you guys, you met a giant. I hope he's friendly. Okay. Once you are mostly above ground, the giant picks you up and tosses you into one of the small ponds. I don't know if that was friendly or not. It was funny. So, hey, you're getting in the pond anyway. Congratulations. Okay. You are somewhat relieved to find that the bottom of the pond is made of rock, not mud. Instead of sinking, you land with a thud and then stand. The water barely comes up past your boots. The giant saunters toward you. He raises his club. It's not. Oh, Fezzik's not made of vines. Remember, Fezzik died. It was in the sequel that we didn't read. It's not really a sequel. Then from under his arm, the giant pulls out a scroll and he offers it to you. You know you can navigate through the marsh using the pond, so you could just run away from the giant and head down the hill. That's one option. Or you could take the scroll and see what it says. All right, I know, R.I.P. Fezzik. So, do you want to hop pond to pond down the rest of the rolling hill, or take the scroll and see what it says? Could be a good scroll, could be math homework, could be a map. Who knows? I don't know. Harrison, you don't need a mask over the internet. Sorry. Don't trust the giant. All right, so we've got 2 for scroll, 1 for pond. Stop it, Carson. I'm only counting that once. We got another for scroll, pond. Considering he just yoinked us, I think he kind of yeeted us backwards. I would choose the first thing. Pond. Carson, stop. I'm not counting yours anymore. The hint said don't trust the wildlife. Is he wildlife? Or is he tame? I don't know. All right, so I'm only counting Carson once, and I still see more pond than anything else. So pond it is. Pond. We're going to hop pond to pond down the hill. All right. You hop from pond to pond. At the bottom of the hill, you can see the valley stretch out in front of you. Ponds continue to dot the landscape, although some of them look darker than others. You travel for some time before coming to the edge of the valley. You step in another pond. You notice the water is warmer. In front of you, another pond is bubbling like a hot tub. You step into it. Sorry, there wasn't a choice there. You have stumbled into the Salurian hot springs. The Mulin guards often talked about coming to the springs to relax and avoid the carnivorous beasts that roam the plains. Suddenly you notice the ache in your feet, the tightness in your muscles. Sorry. You want nothing more than to sit for a few moments in a bubbling pond and rest. Then a strange noise interrupts your thoughts. Sounds like animals are moving through the brush about 20 yards to your left. So you can stop and take a break or investigate the animal noise. Now this says the carnivorous beasts avoid the ponds. So it might not be a man-eating thing over there. Oh well, too late to take the scroll. All right, so run is not an option. Sorry, Claire Isabel. Neely says investigate the animal noise. Okay. Tame animals are good. Wildlife, no good. So it's either hot tub time or detective time. Claire says investigate. We got 2 for investigate, 2 for rest. Another investigate. Carson, I already saw you. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work this time. It's not gonna work for you either, Caroline. All right, so it's really 3 stay, 4. It's looking very 50-50. Livy Duffy, what'd you say to do? Neely, what'd you say to do? Detective Pikachu. No profanity is allowed in a live stream, or Mr. Pennington won't let me do it anymore. So Detective Pikachu's out. Claire Isabel says stay and get in the hot tub. Neely says investigate. That's a tough one. Investigate. You know what? Yeah, okay. Animal noises it is. If something terrible happens, we'll pop back over and get in the hot tub. Okay? Okay. Animal noise. Harrison, your opinion matters. Sorry. Mr. Pennington, Caroline, your principal. Okay. You know you don't have time to rest. You creep over to the edge of the valley where a wall of vines rises at least 20 feet into the air. Beyond the wall, some sort of creatures are talking to each other in growls and gurgles. You cannot climb the wall, but you notice an opening that leads behind it. You slide along the wall and turn a corner. You are surprised to find a couple of red ants twiddling their antennae and moving their pincers furiously. Perhaps your surprise really comes from the fact that these ants are the size of Salurian dump trucks. You found some giant ants. Congratulations. The ants notice you at once and hush. You see their backs have small dips in them, just wide enough for you to sit in comfortably. Your two choices are ride one of the ants away from the hot springs or try to talk to the ants. Ant rave. It's not like a caterpillar rave. That's a bunch of caterpillars. There's just two ants. Do not ride the ants, Neely says. And Carter says, ants. And Claire says, ant emoji. Ooh, Neely, you might be outnumbered. Because three of us. Okay. Ride the ants like in that old movie thing. You're right, there is an old movie where people ride ants. What is that? Ride. I mean, I see your reasoning, Neely, but I mean, who doesn't want to ride a giant dump truck ant? You know what I'm saying? Looks like we're going to go for a ride. Here we go. Riding the ants. You kids are making this fun. I like it a lot. I wish we could have played it in person. Maybe someday. Quickly, you run to the smaller of the two ants and jump on its back. At first, it kicks and bucks. You hold on tight to its antennae. Ooh, but that hurt. Finally, it calms and begins to trot northeast. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. That's it, Claire. Y'all weren't even alive when that movie came out. How do you know that? Finally, it calms. It trots northeast. You pull your canteen out. Hey, you have a canteen. That's handy. And swallow the last few drops of water. You have a pretty easy ride for a few miles. At what looks like a bottomless pit, the ant suddenly dumps you off, and you fall down into the dark. I mean, it says it looks like a bottomless pit. It might not be. Instead of landing, you begin to slide as a tunnel twists and slants. When it changes direction again, you come to a slow stop. You stand and walk toward a bright light. Are you ready, kids? You cower at the edge of a light-filled opening. In one direction, you see a body of water. A boatman is loading passengers. The breeze carries his voice to you. Blah, blah, blah. You made a circle. So now you can go toward the boat, or you can go toward the weeds again. So remember this? Boat versus weeds. It's not a bull. It's not a horse. It was a giant ant. You rode it for a minute. It didn't kill you. Now you've gone back to boat or weeds. Sorry. Yes, Nina, you're very wise. All right. Boat. We could try the boat. Boat's looking pretty popular. It'd be great if I could stop coughing. That'd be awesome. Boat. All right, boat it is. Yay! A new adventure. What time is it? Ooh, okay. We got like 2 or 3 minutes before we wrap this up. Let's see what happens when you go to the boat. Remember, there's a fence between you and the boat. You and little John on a boat. You run toward the fence, grab the metal wires, and pull yourself over. You call to the boatman. He waits for you to board, then pushes away from shore. You and the other passengers have just settled in for the ride when laser beams shoot into the water all around you. Some mewling guards saw you run to the boat. They fire at you clumsily as they try to climb the fence. The other passengers quickly bail out of the boat. You jump into the water and use the boat as a shield. It gets blasted to bits. You plunge into the water, hoping to swim to safety. You swim for as long as you can hold your breath. Eventually, you must come up for air. You burst out of the water gasping. Your lungs ache. The firing has stopped. The mewlings have given up. Or maybe they think they killed you. The river is shallow here, and you're able to wade through it for a while. The water keeps you cool as you move downstream, sometimes floating, sometimes paddling. Oh, you're having a nice little float down the river or whatever body of water this is. You wade through some more shallow waters to the shores of an island. This side of the island is all in shadow. You look around for mountains or clouds, but you can find nothing that might block the dangerous moon. Still, the trees and shrubs seem mysteriously shrouded in black. You cannot see into the island jungle through the darkness. A cliff wall rises to your left. From the top, you might be able to get an idea of the island's layout. Then you can navigate more easily across it. To your right, the ground slopes down to a shallow oasis. Is that movement in the water? So your choices are to go left and climb that cliff wall, or go right and check out that oasis, which is another small body of water. We were the doom of the other passengers. Hey, we have no time for sympathy here, Caroline. You got to get to that bomb and defuse it, or the whole planet's going to blow up. Okay. Oh, Claire Isabel, at the beginning it said we were put in jail because people invaded the planet and we were in the army, and they put everybody in the army in the jail. All right, so left, right, left, right, right. I see one more right, then I see left. Last chance, let's go. Right. Okay, we're going right. I really hope that movement in the water was the mer person. You trot down the hill. Look at you. Aren't you in a good mood? You trot down the hill to the shallow waters of the oasis. You dip your fingers in and find the water is warm. Then ripples move toward you in the water. You start to back away, but it is too late. Something has grabbed you and pulled you in before you can blink. There's lots of stuff that can grab you in the water, so. I think you found it, you guys. A giant green fish has clasped you with its human arms. The two of you move deeper into the water. You feel as though you will suffocate. Suddenly, the fish turns and looks at you. It has a human head and face with some gills on its neck. You're riding a mer person, and it's smiling at you. You hope it is a friendly smile. The creature swims deeper into the pool, holding you with both hands. The waters turn dark. Your vision gets blurry. Maybe the mer person never learned that humans cannot breathe underwater. You close your eyes. Sorry. All right, this is where we're going to stop today after I read you this part, and we'll pick this up probably tomorrow or Wednesday. After an upward burst, you feel surrounded by air instead of water. You open your eyes. Wind blows by your face. You're riding down a gully of water into an underground lake. Carter. Sorry. The mermaid bobs along, still holding you tightly. Oh, it's a girl. She comes to a tiny underground island and kicks you off her back. You land with a thud on the island. The mermaid smiles again and swims away. Before you are 3 ships. These are spaceships, not boats. Orange, red, and blue. All right, here's where it gets. Each is guarded by a ninja in black and red robes. You must choose a ship to approach. So there's an orange ship, a red ship, and a blue one. And these are spaceships, not boats. And each one is guarded by a ninja, and all the ninjas are wearing identical robes. And so you need to approach one of the ships. Doesn't say get in it, it says approach it. And then, possibly battle to the death or enter ninja training. I don't know, whatever, I don't know. All right, let's see. We got mermaids. Kick. Yeah. Hello, you can kick with fins. Hello, have you ever been scuba diving? Okay. Blue, red, purple's not an option, Caroline. Oh, Alex, look at you using deductive reasoning skills. Which one's not like the others? Very clever. We all know you're clever. Very clever. All right. Neely also says orange. Yeah, purple's not an option. So here's what we'll do tomorrow or Wednesday, whenever I get a chance to pick it up again. This is where we will start from. And that's when we'll pick the color. So there's no green ship. There's blue, orange. I don't remember the other color. What was the other color? I don't even remember. Red? I don't know. I'll read it tomorrow. It's fine. All right. And that's going to do it for us today, though. So thanks for coming. Thanks for playing. Thanks for keeping it clean over there in the comments. Caroline, no more poop talk. And just so you know, all of your teachers hate not being with you. And we really wish we were back to normal, even though we'd be on spring break now. We miss you guys. I miss you guys. And so I'm glad we get to do stuff like this. Hooray for technology. Pink was not an option either. All right. Yes, I guarantee you Coach Pruitt misses being with you guys. You know, he's just a big, loud teddy bear, right? So someday, but not today. All right. Thank you for playing. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day. It's time to end the stream. Bye. Bye.